Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to episode
9
of my ongoing quarantine diary vlog. It's good to have you all with us. I really appreciated imagining what all of you guys are making in your videos while I'm busy making my videos. Today's task is one I'm really excited for because it's got some sort of art stuff. For today's task, I have to submit a video of myself reading the task in order to prove, that I know how to read. There's been a lot of doubts on that field. And also an image of your artwork. I'm really excited. I like art. Performing, not so much, but art I can definitely do. This is task number 12, lucky number. Create an artwork representing each Taskmaster contestant or the group as a whole. This group includes the Taskmaster, their assistant, me, and then Kaylin, Melissa, Poof, and Lauren. Okay, sweet, so everybody's doing it. Good. Okay, I know what I want to make. I'm going to get started with some ideas and stuff, and then I also have some things to do, but I'll get back to you.
All right, so the art that I'm going to be drawing a GIMP because I'm too poor to buy Photoshop and I'm also too lazy to pirate it. We're going to put in some little dots. Everybody's going to be randomly placed pretty much. Nice. There we go. All 7 of us. Let's see. I want the 2 Taskmaster people to be at the top. As for everybody else, though, I'm just going to kind of randomly select that. There we go. Okay, Ruth's going to be in the center. That's good, because she can be holding the cat. The idea for this, I secretly very subtly surveyed all of y'all and found out what everybody's favorite flower or plant was. And also I've got a different object that represents everybody. Since almost everybody has the same hair. It's literally just like the white women with brown hair club and also Ruth. So to tell us all apart, everybody's going to have a flower that represents them and also an object. Oh, except Amanda never actually messaged me back, so she's going to be represented by ambiguity for now. One of the nice things about this kind of pixel art style is there's not really a lot of room for anatomy or details, so you don't have to worry about that sort of stuff. I'm also not worrying about colors. I'm not really worrying about hair. Everyone's just getting a random primary color for now, and then later I'll look up and figure out what you guys actually look like, and then I'll add in a few details to make them look a little more true to life. There we go. That'll be the little cat. Oh. It's going to be cute. I'm going to add in a lot of details. So this is pixel art for now, but I'm actually going to be treating this as if it were a cross-stitch pattern that I was making, because that's the big sort of art that I do nowadays. So the way I make these is I start with a bunch of pixel art, individual dots, and then later I'm going to go in and add specialty stitches and back stitching, things unique to the cross-stitch medium, and pretty much all of the details are going to be like that. This one's going to be Melissa holding a sunflower. Tragic conflict in this drawing, by the way, is that Melissa's favorite flower is sunflowers. Ah, and so is mine. But I also like poinsettias, so I'm going to go with those. Now I'm going to add in rough markings for where I want all of the different flowers to be, just to get it kind of, the shape that I want. Figuring out what sort of space I want all the flowers to fill, and also roughly what colors they're going to be. Except for Amanda's, who knows? Could be anything. Instead of a flower, Ruth picked a pitcher plant, which is wicked cool and very neat. I have not drawn a picture plant in a little while though, so that one I'm definitely going to have to use a reference for. Okay, Amanda got back to me. Oh, she likes poppies. Oh, I like that. That's a classy flower. Very Flanders Fields. I like that. So poppies for Amanda. Carnations for Kaylin. Okay, but before I do the flowers, I'm going to give everybody some hair and also figure out what color shirts for y'all. You can't see this, but in another window on my phone, I'm going to pull up people's, Facebooks, I suppose. Melissa has some nice pictures. She gets nice hair. She's going to be wearing teal. Yeah, let's do teal. One of the reference pictures I'm seeing is in a teal shirt, and I think it looks really good with the yellow of the sunflowers. It's very Stardew Valley, yeah! Next up, Lauren. Lauren is sweet. Lauren still has the most incredible, like really long, beautiful Rapunzel hair. For her clothes, I'm thinking like a librarian color, if that makes sense. Kind of like an old book kind of red is what I'm thinking. And I look all right. Yeah, I look good with the orange. Very autumn. Coming around, we have Kaylin. Kaylin's got light brown hair. She's breaking it up, you know, breaking mold. I really like the color for the carnations, that kind of pretty pink. So I'm thinking of blue. I think blue would look really good. Kind of, yeah, I like that. I think that'll look good. Kaylin and Lauren and Ruth in the center are all gonna have glasses too at the end. The glasses and the eyes and the mouths are all gonna be backstitching. Any sort of fine detail is gonna be backstitching. And Amanda's hair is definitely gonna be something I'm gonna have to do in backstitching too. Amanda has short hair now. Amanda, if you're watching this, I really like your new haircut. It looks really good. I love the short, I love the short hair look. Also, I really love all of your pictures of you as a nun in your play. I think that's really good. That would be great, wouldn't it? If I just decide like, hey, here's all of our friends. Here's Melanie, here's Melissa, here's Ruth, here's Kaylin, and oh, here's Amanda. She's a nun now. As far as color goes, Amanda's super fashionable, wears a lot of kind of vintage clothing, vintage styles. I'm thinking like black and white. Yeah, okay. And then I can do a white, like a necklace. Yeah, I can do like a necklace in backstitching at the end. Melanie and Amanda, they're the ones who did the switch. Amanda's got short hair and Melanie's got long hair now. And yeah, sometimes in like a braid. I like that. That looks really good. And it's a little bit darker. If I remember right, Melanie's hair is a little bit of a darker brown. I think it's hard to tell because the lighting in everybody's pictures is different. But I think that Melanie has the darkest brown hair. And then mine is just like a simple kind of shoulder length. And for me, I'll just figure out my shirt color later. I'll get that later on. I've got Melanie in teal. I don't know if Melanie's a teal person though. Is Melanie a teal person? Is she an orange person? That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right. I'm gonna send her a message. Hey Melanie, help me out. All right, and then that leaves Ruth in the middle. Ruth is sporting this really cute bob, kind of shoulder length. Yeah, with a little flare. I'll give it a little more flair later. All right, and it's flower time. We're gonna start with carnations, Kaylin's favorite flower. They are beautiful and also incredibly complicated, but I'm not too worried about that. With all of the flowers, my main hope is just to get across kind of the idea of the flower, the general vibe, you know, the atmosphere of the flower, if you will. The sunflowers, I think, will maybe be the only ones that will actually be immediately recognizable, just because sunflowers have a very distinct silhouette. They're like pure distilled happiness. I really love sunflowers a lot. For me, I'm going to do poinsettias. That'll be... Oh, dude, okay. Melanie texted me back. Oh, Melanie is a teal person. Oh, I had it right the first time. I had it right. And I messed it up. I changed it. Then we've got the poppies for Amanda. For Melanie, instead of flower, she's going to be a monstera? Okay, it's monstera, which is good. That's how it's spelled. Big, pretty leaves. Those are kind of hard to... I mean, it'll come across. Even if you don't know what type of big leaves they are, you'll still be able to tell, like, ah, that's a leaf. Lauren's flower is very classy. She's got an orange rose, which is a very distinctive flower that's kind of hard to draw, but I think, you know, you can probably tell. Then I've got the pitcher plants. I really like pitcher plants. They're so cool. They're native to, I want to say, North Carolina. I know they live in areas, they grow in places that don't have necessarily the best soil. They tend to grow in soil that has specific deficiencies, which they supplement. They get around living in crappy soil by just supplementing their diet with flies and small critters, which is really incredible. It's really cool. They're a wonderful plant. A+, Ruth. Now that I've got pretty much all the flowers in, I think I'm actually going to skip the objects entirely. Because I think that would make it, it's already kind of busy. I think adding in any more elements would just make it kind of too busy. Once the pixel art is done, I'm going to move in and do all of the backstitch stuff and all of the specialty stitches. To do that, I've made a new file that's about 30 times bigger. I will overlay a grid on it and then just start drawing. When it comes to placing the backstitching and specialty stitches, it will still be on a grid, but instead of just having the 4 corners of any individual fabric square, you can also place things at any point halfway between the corners, including the center of any individual square. All of these eyes that I'm drawing are going to be French knots, or would be French knots if I were to stitch it, which I don't know if I will, maybe. All of the mouths are just going to be an individual strand of floss. And then you'll see I'm drawing a lot of them kind of curved. When you actually go to place backstitching, you do have a little bit of fine control to say, I want it to be a line connecting point A to point B, and also I want it to curve like this. So you do have that sort of control. It doesn't have to be all harsh 90-degree kind of angles. I think we're gonna give Kaylin a ponytail. It just feels right, you know? Kind of her signature look. As you can see, I'm working in way zoomed up. If I were actually stitching this in real life on a piece of fabric, a standard piece of fabric, this whole thing would only be about about 3.5 inches across. This level of detail is way too much for this scale. But since my goal with this is mostly just to make a beautiful pattern and not necessarily to actually stitch a physical piece, I'm cool with putting in, you know, extra detail just to make it look nice, you know? This is very much for fun. Because then I'm also going to have you do the little, like, heart hands thing that people do. Hopefully it'll come across at this scale. As for me, I'm going to get my peace signs. Peace, peace, peace. Everybody else, we get a little detail here, we get a little detail there. There we go, there we go. And of course, the most important part of the most important character. Ah, I love you, Amai. I love you so much. Ah, you're so cute. In real life, Amai is like, this is super multicolored. She's got a little black, a little kind of creamy color, kind of a reddish brownish. But I don't have space for that. I can't do that sort of detail, Amai. Please forgive me. Then I'm going to give me a shirt color. I don't know. Maybe like an orange. Yeah, I like orange. Yeah, that looks cute. And we're done. All right. Anyway, I hope you guys like it. Talk to you soon. Peace.